I am about to confront my partner about a probable infidelity with a love from his past. I am just about to confront my fiancée. She has lied about her best friend only ever being platonic, they'd never done anything physical or ever wanted to. Turns out that was a lie, and has still been messaging him provocative photos and flirtation and flirting the wild time during our relationship. There's so many things, nothing was making sense with things about that situation. It wasn't my first reaction to go through their messages, but we'd had many conversations, and there were a few things that raised red flags, so I did it. I went for a deep dive in her phone, and all my suspicions were true. My question is, I'm going to confront her about all of this tomorrow. I have all the evidence and screenshots, but the one argument I don't want to get stuck on is that I shouldn't have gone through her phone. How do I approach that? I know it's not proper or good to do that, but then again, what I found very much vindicates what I did. If I hadn't have done it, I would never have known that I am being totally disrespected. Please, any advice would be amazing. If you want to read what happened, I only have one other post. Looked at my partner's phone. So, I know it's not considered okay to look at your partner's phone, but her phone was on charge next to me and a message came up from a guy who's been her best friend for years. He recently confessed that he loves my partner and had always loved her and always thought they'd end up together. My partner and I are engaged. My partner has always been firm that there was nothing there other than just a friendship. They stopped messaging because it crossed a line and made it more than a friend situation. I was obviously happy about that. So I saw the message, opened it, and proceeded to see that after the long message he'd sent her confessing his love, my fiancée showed me that one. I see that she had messaged him, saying she misses his face, and sent a picture of herself to him in a kissing pose. He replies, I miss kissing that face and lips. She sends another message saying you're driving me to work this morning. He's a musician, and she had sent a picture of one of his songs she was listening to. There were more messages along those lines. She sent one saying I know I shouldn't message because it's selfish, but I've had a couple of wines, and I miss you. He sent another saying, despite the circumstances he still loves her and wants to see her. She replied with I've always loved you, always have, always will. He replied, asking to see her. She didn't reply, those messages were a week ago. My partner is usually very upfront about showing me that kind of stuff, but hasn't said anything about these messages. They crossed a line for me. So, I looked at messages that weren't mine to look at, but to me, they crossed a line. How do I proceed? Please help. Update: I am about to confront my partner. Okay, I have received an amazing amount of support and feedback, and I am doing this today. Just before I do this, I am having a huge moment of doubting myself. Am I doing the right thing? I'm just about to end this and walk away. This has been the love of my life, so I just want to double check before I walk. One final recap: I found out she'd lied about her best friend, a guy she said they'd always been platonic. They had very much slept together before we started dating, now engaged. She has coffees with him and is always messaging him. She doesn't know, but I have seen their messages. They have sent photos, X-rated photos, they flirt. The photos were before we were engaged, but while we were in a committed relationship, they tell each other how much they miss each other. They have said they love each other and always will. He regularly tells her she's with the wrong guy, and then apologies for overstepping and that he'll stop saying that stuff. She tells him not to stop. They've written songs for each other. All of this while we are planning our wedding for October, which by the way, she is ridiculously excited for. I'm as sure as I can be they haven't slept together since we've been together. They may have, but I don't have hard evidence. But even if they haven't, I should leave, right? Look, even as I write this, I know how silly I sound for doubting myself. I just want to make sure. I'm walking away from someone I really love. I'm in a moment of sadness before I do this, hesitating, and I have that little voice in my head that is questioning everything. Please help. Comments. 1. Hi Opie, I'm sorry, but the privacy of her phone ends when they are in monogamous committed relationship and start to have a dubious behavior, plain and simple. Opie, thank you, I agree. I just want to be able to enunciate that simply and shut it down, because I know she's going to focus on that hard as a distraction. 2. The most important thing is that you do not tell her exactly what you know and how you know it. You simply explain that you know she has been doing X, Y, and Z. If she asks how you know, you reply that how you know is not important. What is important is that she tells you the truth right now, because you will know she is lying. First, there is nothing wrong about looking at her phone if she's been cheating. Privacy goes out the window. But it's most important that you do not disclose all you know or how, because her first impulse will be to admit to nothing, and her second will be to admit only to what she thinks you know. So do not give her that information. Opie, thank you so very much. 3. I remember your first post. You are 100% taking the right path. You can be treated like you don't matter, and that is unacceptable. You deserve better. OP, thank you. Self-doubt is at an all-time low right now. Thank you for taking the time. 4. This should be some of the best moments of your relationship. She is cheating. Get the ring back before you confront. Even just say you want to see it. Good luck. It's not just the right choice, it's the only choice. 5. If she really focuses on you going through her phone, say what you put in your original post, that you saw a questionable message from him and it raised red flags. You checked because you wanted to reassure yourself, but found the opposite. Always flip back to her betrayal. 6. Every partner has an obligation to make their partner feel safe from infidelity. She failed big time, including being deceitful. She will say she did it because she knew you'd be jealous. Answer: if she knows it makes you jealous, she never should do it. Plus, she was deceitful. People often break up over a loss of trust. Her behavior is a big fail. Trust will never be the same. If you were married with kids, you'd be stuck with her inappropriate behavior. 7. We are planning our wedding for October, which, by the way, she is ridiculously excited for. And why wouldn't she? She has everything she has dreamed of. She has a dependable man who will love and support her, and she has the love of her life to call upon at any moment. It's the fantasy of every cheater. And you don't love her. You love an image of her, a vision of her that just does not exist. Sorry to hear of your plight, mate, but they can write their little songs together without you. 8. Hold off on this OP. Just for a while. At the moment, you have total control of the situation. You know, and she doesn't know that you know. Knowledge is power. Use it wisely. Make sure that you've got every last detail planned and prepared. Where the confrontation will take place. How long you intend it to last. Any questions you want to ask him, it's not worth it because he will try to give you a bad vibe anyway. Finally, and crucially, you don't need to say how you got the information. For subterfuge, you can open the conversation, the confrontation, with "Have you ever felt watched during the last week?" That will put her on the back foot and should keep her off asking how you got your information. Start each accusation with "I know." Have your exit stage left fully planned and orchestrated. And please, make sure that, by then, she is not still in possession of anything you consider valuable and that she doesn't have access to any of your bank accounts. Good luck.